Is Tinubu and Aso Rock about to crash? People have been waiting. We are still waiting. The dust hasn't even settled on Bola Tinubu's humiliating defeat by Davido on the uncle, Inoshu. And now a massive legal earthquake just hit Aso Rock directly from Washington, D.C. just a few hours ago. Look at your screens right now. Just look at the screens. U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell today just imposed a strict 4-day deadline in the court battle over the release of FBI and Drug Enforcement Agency records relating to historical drug trafficking and money laundering allegations involving Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The U.S. Justice Department today, a day after the Davido problem, asked for a 10-day extension, and Tinubu, through his American lawyers, formally joined that request. They wanted to give us an extension. How many extensions do you need? Judge Tower refused to give them the full 10 days. She gave them only 4, setting August 21st, 4 days from today, as the new deadline where we might see something, my brothers. August 21st. Forget the political spin. What exactly is inside those FBI and DEA records that Tinubu doesn't want us to see? I bet you Tinubu, that's my opinion, he may not be able to sleep at night over this. What could eventually, ladies and gentlemen, become public? And if seriously damaging information emerges, eventually, what happens to Bola Tinubu and his 2027 presidential ambitions? That is the question. My view. I feel that Nigerians will soundly reject him if this happens. They will soundly reject him if bad stuff eventually emerges from this matter after August 21st. Lead up to 2027, the election wants to go for issue 1, the receipts and the 4-day ultimatum. Let's check the exact legal receipts so nobody will mislead you. As you know, I'm usually very, very accurate. For 3 years, this Freedom of Information lawsuit has dragged through the American court system. Under the previous U.S. admin, Biden administration, federal agencies stonewalled and blocked the release of these records. This Biden said, Biden nobody like Nigeria. He had no love for Nigerian suffering. It was all about him. Now look at the sudden shift. Under President Donald Trump Justice Department, U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro requested 10 days. 10 days to respond. And look at the receipt. Look at it. On the screen, Tinubu himself, through his American lawyers, formally joined that request for more time. Give us more time. There it is on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, Intervenor Bola Tinubu on the screen. Why? But Judge Howard said no. She granted them, as I said, just 4 days, setting August 21st as the firm deadline. Now, let me clarify the legal reality so we stay completely grounded. This is a Freedom of Information Act disclosure proceeding. It's not an arrest warrant. It is not a criminal indictment. So why is Tinubu hiding then? Make no mistake. Further disclosure of FBI and Drug Enforcement Administration records concerning these allegations against him could represent an enormous political threat to a sitting Nigerian president. Issue 2. Why now? The Osun connection. This is my own take. Let's ask the crucial questions that every analytical and curious mind is pondering right now in Nigeria, 230 million people. Question number 1. Why is this issue exploding right after Tinubu's massive loss in Osun? This legal issue. Suddenly, the loss was yesterday. Look at the thing now. A loss in which Davido today said on Twitter that Tinubu and APC spent gazillions. I don't even know, is it 100 and something, but I don't remember how much he said. But they failed to manipulate the election. The moment Aso Rock blinked in Osun, the illusion of invincibility shattered. Tinubu was not seen as a tough guy anymore. That momentum has shifted. And the legal valves are opening as wide as River Niger. The dogs of justice are now barking, ladies and gentlemen. The dogs are barking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who let the dogs out? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who let the dogs out? They're barking. Issue 3. The eve of 2027 and the Washington calculus. Why now? Why did these things come out now? Why, as Nigerians are moving toward 2027 very anxiously, some people don't even know what will happen. Some don't know whether there will be elections. And here is the question nobody in Aso Rock once asked. Does Donald Trump want Tinubu gone? I don't know the answer. But after Oshun, and now this, I am asking, in my assessment and strong feelings, Washington may well be sending, a crystal clear signal to us. They won't come out and say, me, I'm telling you what I suspect. I think they're saying to Tinubu, Mr. President, look at here, look here. Your plenty domestic political wahala. Your economic failures are bad for those Nigerians. Some of them are trying to run away to the US, creating immigration problems here. Could Washington have concluded that Tinubu is no longer the indispensable political asset Aso Rock imagines him to be? He was supposed to be Jagaban, Ashiwaju. That is one possibility. I'm watching closely like a hawk. I'm watching like a hawk. Issue 4. So what happens if those files I'm talking about are open? See, I've repeated them. What happens if after this briefing process, Judge Howell issues further disclosure of important FBI and drug enforcement administration records? If there is further disclosure of FBI and DEA records concerning these historical allegations, Tinubu 2020, he can kiss it goodbye. His 2027 ambitions could be destroyed before even the campaign officially begins. Imagine. Many Nigerians would dance in the streets. I promise you that. Aso Rock will then face a legitimacy crisis like nothing in Nigerian history has ever seen. How do you preach anti-corruption? How do you demand economic sacrifices from suffering citizens when your own past is laid bare in black and white by foreign law enforcement? If that happens, you cannot spin an official FBI dossier with a buy or Onanuga's press release. State House press release. State House press release. Go on channels. What a bunch of basically political clowns. The international diplomatic cover will be gone. It will be gone. Sending Rebadu to be running to Washington DC almost every weekend will be gone. Sending Remi Tinubu to come and to go and tell religious people that there's no problem will be gone. August 21 is now the next critical date in this case. And after the briefing process runs its course, Judge Howell will ultimately decide what happens next. So tonight, I'm watching 2 places. If you're asking me, what do you think? I'm watching Abuja, I'm watching Washington, D.C. What would the United States government tell Judge Howell? What will Tinubu's lawyers argue? It's like time to hide. Why can't Nigerians see everything now about him? And ultimately, what will the American people and Nigerians be allowed to see? You know what my conclusion is? The lesson of Oshun was the preamble. The Washington is the main event. Tinubu's political machine is shaking. And the truth is forcing its way out. That is my perspective. What is yours?